Hello, Leadership Development students, and welcome to week 3. 2 down, 8 to go. Moving along really well. A great week overall. No technical issues, which was fantastic. People getting stuff done on a timely basis. Very much appreciated that. Hopefully I'm getting them graded and back to you fast enough. Again, please make sure you are checking comments. That's where I put my notes, my feedback on your assignment. And I also will drop notes in your actual assignment as well. So check those areas if you're looking for feedback on things that are going well, or if you just want to see what's going on. But again, overall, really, really happy. Keep up the great detail. That's what makes this much easier for me to read into what you're thinking when you can give me really good detail. So I appreciate that. Same way with the discussion board. Make sure you're giving lots of detail versus the, hey, I really like what you're doing here. Good job. Again, think of discussion board as your classroom discussion. Is that how you would want to discuss things in a classroom? And keep that discussion robust. Ask questions of others. Hopefully they're looking back and responding, but be involved, be engaged there. That will make that discussion board even more enjoyable. I made a list of 3 things I wanted to talk about since we are moving on. 3 highlights that I think are really important from the last week we just got done with. One of the things we talked about was the skills approach. And you're asking, why are you bringing up the skills approach? I bring this up because from a leadership standpoint, companies love the skills approach, absolutely love it because it is simple. They can easily show this to an employee and say, you become really great as a technical skill, we can make you a supervisor. You become really great as a supervisor because you're so technically strong, start to develop human skills, we can make you a manager. You've got great technical skills, you've got great human skills, now we want you to develop your conceptual skills, those long-term skills. Now you're a leader. Companies love this because it's an easy stair-step approach to show people how you can go from subordinate to supervisor to manager to leader. It looks easy for them. It's the employee, again, the employee sees how it works. They see it's a fair, appears on paper to be a fair opportunity. Doesn't mean it is, but on paper it sure looks fair. And again, employers can show, you've got to do this. You've got to meet all these requirements technically to get to be a supervisor. You have to meet all these requirements technically and human to get to be a manager. Again, employers love the skills approach. Very easy to use. Do I believe it's the best? Probably not. I think there are others that are far better. But again, employers want things that they can document in black and white, and skills approach is something they can document in black and white. 2 other things I want to talk about. One is delegation. We often hear great leaders delegate. Delegate, delegate, delegate. They let others do things. Absolutely, they sure do. However, I had a question brought up, and it wasn't in you guys' section. It was in the other section of the class I'm teaching, and they talked about being a leader, sometimes they don't feel comfortable delegating, or should they delegate everything? Here's my answer. No. People look at me. Why shouldn't you delegate? Today's employers want efficiency. They want things done quickly. They want you to juggle lots of things at lots of times. That's the nature of business today. Companies are running lean and mean. If we don't have to pay somebody to do that job and you can do it, we want you to do it. So there comes a point as a leader where you have something that needs to be done quickly, efficiently, correctly. You do it yourself. You say, oh my gosh, but I should be teaching somebody else to do it. Yes, you should. But if you need it done right now, do you want to teach that subordinate that works for you who's never done this, who a 15-minute project's going to take them 2 to 3 hours, and you need it right now? Probably not the best idea. Delegate when you have the time to teach and the time to lead. Do not delegate something that's important and it needs to be done right now. If your leadership above you is asking for something within the next 10 minutes, you're not going to delegate it. You're going to do it yourself because you know you can do it faster. So make sure you delegate when the time is appropriate. Again, you may have to do things when you don't want to, but you know you get it done right the first time. Last but not least is approach. As leaders, we approach lots of different situations, and how do we handle those situations? How do we approach the people involved? How do we approach the situation? How do we approach the decision? So much of approach is how you speak to people. Put yourself in a situation where you're in a retail store, a hotel, a restaurant, and the person servicing you came up and said, here, I need you to do this right now. I need you to make a decision right now. You're in a restaurant. The waiter, waitress comes up and says, you need to order right now. Is that the approach you want? Or would you rather have that waiter or waitress come up to you and say, good evening, sir, ma'am. Welcome to X restaurant. Here are our specials tonight. I recommend these. I think these go well together. I think you would enjoy this. Versus, I need you to order right now. Approach is so important in how you answer questions, how you respond to your subordinates, your followers. Think of a situation involving change. Nobody likes change. Even those of us who say we like change, we probably don't like change all the time. But how you approach change is critical to those people working for you. If you approach change with a negative Nelly attitude, they're going to take on that same negative Nelly attitude towards you and say, well, my leader doesn't buy into this, so why should I? I can just ignore it because they don't like it either. If you have bought into the idea and you go back and you sell that to them of this is going to be great. Yes, there's going to be some bumps in the road, but long term, this is going to make your life easier. It's going to make your job more efficient. It's going to allow you to spend more time doing things you would much rather be doing than these technical issues, technical jobs, whatever it is. And you sell that to them with a positive approach, they'll buy into it. They really will. You'll have some pushback, don't get me wrong, but you've got to sell it as this is a good thing for you. Not this is a good thing for the company, this is a good thing for you individually. When people see it's good for them, the what's in it for me with them, they'll buy into it. Let's have another great week. I will talk to you soon.